The Lighthouse Sessions interview. Was based loosely off of the album Diamond Mine by John Hopkins and King Creost. Essentially inspired it all just because it really did effectively blend the whole combination of folk music and ambient music so well, just so well. And that's something that I've always been interested in is the two different styles of music, and I've really wanted to try to get a piece of music where I can release it and it blends the two together, which essentially is the whole basis behind this double album that I'm trying to put out and see what happens with that. Finally, after a long awaited debates between people and trying to figure out what the album title is called. The album is called Loneliness in the Lighthouse. Hence the acronym that I've been using is #LATL. The album name was inspired by essentially it was in an English class that I was in. The teacher, she had said something in a lecture. I can't remember what the lecture was about. I didn't read the book that we were supposed to read, but yeah. She was talking about something that had to do with Lighthouse, and she said loneliness and the lighthouse, and I thought, wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. Just that whole sentence and how it just flows and rings off the tongue. So I said, jotted it down. And sure enough, once I started really getting into the album, I said, I really want to make a double album. And that's where the two terms come from. The loneliness really represents the first half of the album, which is based mostly off of the subtleties of the deep loneliness of the ambient music, while the Lighthouse, the second half of the album, is more of the folk roots, and that's how the two comes together, with loneliness and the Lighthouse pretty much being very literal. You have one album, Loneliness, and the other album, Lighthouse. It just comes together, and it just really stuck with me. The blog itself, with it being called the Lighthouse Sessions, is obviously very literal, with the loneliness of the lighthouse and the album title. Just wanted to give it something that people would be interested in reading, just as much as I am interested in writing it. I don't consider myself as a higher power. I'm just a regular guy. A student just making music on a very less than stellar student budget, and I just wanted to document the whole process of going through recording an album and what it's like. And unfortunately, with school being the #1 priority, it's been tough to write stuff and tough to record, and there's always something to do, and there's always just this, that, and the other real life for not a musician. don't have the luxury of having a studio to myself 24/7. So I'm just kind of stuck to the confines of my basement and making as best of music as I can. And unfortunately that gets a little dry every now and then, so I've been forced to mix it up. But I just wanted to connect with people on a very intimate level, and just it's me writing it, and I just wanted people to have fun reading it. I try to make jokes here and there and just be light about the situation and just have fun with it. And it's been a really fun project, which will continue after the course is done. For the social media aspect, it's just been mostly me using the hashtag LATL to try to get some buzz and questions about the album, and essentially what is it going to be called, and just people what does LATL mean? I don't know. So it's been fun making that, and it's really kind of cool having just the cross medias between my Facebook page and my Twitter page and now my blog. It's really cool just to try to connect all three, and the more you connect, the more people will see, and hopefully, the more albums they'll buy, and it's really all you want as a musician, is just to get your music heard by as many people as you want.